Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, mais c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, mais c'est le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux. Des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe.
Good day, the beautiful people of the Cameroons. Good day, the beautiful people of British Cameroons and the beautiful people of La Republique du Cameroun. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, today I've come again to scrutinize and hold the government to account, the government of La Republique du Cameroun. And today I will be analyzing, asking pertinent questions. Why is it that we keep on holding presidential election upon presidential election when the Cameroons is not sovereign? When Cameroon will be independent? Instead, we should be fighting for the independence of the Cameroons. Ladies and gentlemen, let nobody fool you. La Republique du Cameroun is not independent. British Cameroon is not independent. La Republique du Cameroun annexed British Cameroon and gave it to France. So France is controlling La Republique du Cameroun and British Cameroon. So we should be fighting for our sovereignty, not about elections. A country that's still governed by the de facto president of Cameroon, Mr. Macron. Meilleur élève, je m'en vais rendre compte. All those things you see, you are not independent. We should be fighting for independence, not talking about elections, because it means nothing. What is a sovereign nation? A sovereign nation possesses a supreme authority to govern its own affair. Is the Cameroons a sovereign country? No. Can the Cameroons govern its own affair? No. So what all these things about elections since 1992 election, one person is winning. Since 1960, CNU have been in power. They changed their name to CPDM, chop people their money. The same people. So who are we fooling? Why should I, when I see landed people, they say they are going to stand for election, then Mr. Biya win again. From 1992 to 2025, we are still repeating the same thing. Education now waste time for the Cameroons. When I look people there, they don't go to school. Because for go school, school don't mean anything for Africa for me. Because you go to school, you repeat the same thing for more than 30 years, instead for people to sit and strategize all the things they are doing today. I used to do it when I'm a boy. Today, British Cameroon National Party is putting the way forward. After the massive wasted about, let me say, 30 years again, they will come to where British Cameroon National Party is. Because people just want to lead without understanding what is going on in the Cameroons. Ladies and gentlemen, what can a sovereign nation do? Protect its citizens. That's to provide safety, security, and the well-being. What do we see in La Republique du Cameroun? Is it a sovereign nation? They torture people for France, frighten people so that they should give our resources to a foreign country. That's why they're fighting people. They don't care about your well-being. We are not sovereign. So why are we fighting for election? Who are we fooling? La Republique will promise some people presidential candidate. They promise them contracts. Then they will come and pretend that they are opposition. After that, again, they go and sit there eating fat. That's what happens. Most of the people, the candidate that they approve to stand for presidential election, they are what? Satellite party of CPDM. So there is no opposition, real opposition. There's none. It's British Cameroon National Party. That's the only genuine opposition in the Cameroons. For more than 35 years, I've been challenging the government, scrutinizing them, challenging their policy, standing as an alternative. In short, we are a government in waiting. I'm talking about what can a sovereign nation do to protect its citizens. Do they protect the people of the Cameroons? Their laws say don't torture people. They torture people. Their laws say everyone have got the right of life. They kill Martinez Zogo, kill Wazizi, murder people in Gabo. They do the rest. The constitution or whatever, the laws in the Cameroon says the government should maintain law and order, enforce law, assist the people economically or socially. Article 8, sub 3 of the Constitution of La Republique du Cameroun says the president shall protect the people both internally and externally. But they use their military to torture people. So a sovereign state protects its citizens. They don't oppress their citizens. That's the difference. So La Republique du Cameroun is not a sovereign state. We should make sure we fight for our sovereignty rather than fighting for presidential election. It's useless. It's a sans objet. Another thing that a sovereign country can do is what? Regulate the economy. That's controlling the currency, the economy, the trade. Do we control our currency? No, we don't even have one. They are using France CFA that was created in France in 1945. They are imposing it on the other country, British Cameroons, that was not using that money. So ladies and gentlemen, you see what's going on in the Cameroons. That's the danger, ladies and gentlemen. There is a very, very dangerous thing that's going on there. They don't control their economy. The most important thing that any country, an independent sovereign country have is a central bank. They don't have a central bank. Another important thing is to control your monetary policy, your interest rate, to decide if you want to devalue your money or not. Who is doing that? France. France controls the monetary policy. Then you say you're a sovereign nation, you're independent. You're not independent. France determines your interest rate. You're not independent. France decides when to devalue the currency or what not to devalue it. You're not independent. The Cameroons is not independent. So when the people of British Cameroons, they say they want to be independent, you say they are secessionists, they are this. If you want to stay with France and let British Cameroonians, let them go. Let them go. The government of La Republique du Cameroun, they don't follow their own laws. They don't respect their laws. If you check in English language, a government that does not respect the laws of the land is an authoritarian government. It's dictatorship. It's lawlessness. That's English. We know, we all know, when government officers, they kill Martinez Zogo, kill Wazizi, torture university students, torture lawyers, torture people. When they do these things, do you know why? They don't respect their laws, their own laws, their constitution, and it's not a government. And I will never respect a government that doesn't respect its own laws. I will never. The people are sovereign, and they can elect you, and at the same time, you can still become illegitimate. The government of La Republique du Cameroun is an illegitimate government. What they are doing, handing our economy to France, that's what, in a country, is treason. You hand your economy to another country to control. It's treason. It's a treasonable offense. But La Republique, they suppress people. They think everybody is full in the country. A sovereign country should be able to establish and enforce laws, to create its own legal system. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons we cannot talk about form of state in the Cameroon is about France. France don't want it. Two countries came together. La Republique signed a cooperation agreement for France to control them, to manufacture their money, to decide on their educational system at all levels, to give them our resource first, to control the socio-political orientation. All those things, they are still there. France is still doing it. So the Cameroons cannot change its legal system. It was done deliberately because Article 47 said you cannot change the form of a state. The current constitution of La République du Cameroun, they change it now and put the centralized form of government. Is it Article 64? They say you cannot change the form of a state, of the form of the state. Yeah. So why do you keep on changing Article 47? You bring another one and put another one. It means the law is useless. If you keep on changing something and say you cannot change the form of a state, you cannot change. Why did you change it? Is it in 1972 or what? You can't change it. So that is what I'm talking about. The aim is to put a strong dictatorial government so that they decide, they just take your gold, diamond, everything, and send it to France and other European countries. That's the essence of centralization. Because a country that is heterogeneous, you cannot have a centralized form of government. We have over 250 ethnicities in the Cameroon. Automatically in constitutional law, you cannot have a centralized form of government. It's automatic because we are different. But the essence of this, the Cameroons cannot establish or enforce its own law. I'm telling you, they can't. They can't. If they can enforce law, look at the rate of which there's crime in the Cameroons. They cannot fight crime and the causes of crime. The way they abuse women in the Cameroons, underage girls, sexually abused, the government doesn't do anything. They are just there to embezzle money. That's the function of the government of La République. They have no other function. We cannot sit in a country. Somebody calls himself president, they don't see him. He doesn't exist anywhere in planet Earth. He should go in the Guinness Book of Records. It's only the Cameroons. They cannot enforce laws. You see Prime Minister Diongute. He will say, I'm going to where? He said he was going to where? To the north of the Cameroons, yeah. He was going there to do what? President Paul Biya sent him. How can you have governors, you have mayors, they cannot say what Biya said? The Prime Minister must go to the north. What sort of a country? When did Mr. Biya talk to Prime Minister Diongute? They just lie you. Oh, Biya have given instruction. Biya doesn't see them. Biya doesn't talk to them. They keep on lying and do things in the name of Paul Biya. When Mr. Biya cannot even recognize who is Prime Minister Diongute. He doesn't know them. Mr. Biya is an old man. Let me tell you the truth. Mr. Biya is an old man like any other old person. He doesn't know anything. He cannot even recognize Prime Minister Diongute. Let them keep on lying. Let them keep on doing that. So as I was saying, the Cameroons cannot establish laws. You know, most of the law, you look at it, even before I was born, all of them are French laws. Ancient French laws that they are forcing it on us. Ancient. Most of the laws in the Cameroon, I was not born when the laws were made. Most of them. They're taking ancient law, dictatorial law. France have changed most of those laws. But the Cameroon is still using it. Having colonial administrator, unelected governor. How can you take an administrator and put an administrator in a position of a politician? A governor should be a politician. An SDO should be a politician, elected. So they are using all those ancient things that France used to use. But they don't allow the people of British Cameroon to use the institution that they used to use to form England. That's the irony, ladies and gentlemen. A government, again, a sovereign independent country, control its borders. La République du Cameroun cannot control its own border. I keep on telling you these things. The case of Bakassi. Bakassi was handed to the Nigerians. There is something called in law. You are a legal owner. And they have also the real owner. Legal owner just means I can hold something on trust for you. I'm legal. But the beneficiary will be somebody else. So the decision in Bakassi was Cameroon remains the legal owner, but Nigeria remains the beneficiary, which means it's Nigerians who are benefiting from Bakassi. The Cameroons, La Republique government, is only legal owner in paper. Why do I say so? Go and read the article. The articles of the Green Tree Agreement, they said Nigerians living in British Cameroons, they don't need to change their nationality. But you that you were born in British Cameroon, indigenous British Cameroonian, La Republique say, oh, you're not from there. You have dual nationality, you're not this. That's what people are saying. But a Nigerian in Bakassi remains a Nigerian, have more right than Southern Cameroonians in Bakassi. That's what the Green Tree Agreement says. They must maintain their Nigerian nationality. La Republique should not force them. Have you ever seen that in this world, any country? That foreigners have a right to stay in people's country without following their own laws? You cannot live in Britain, in South Africa, or in any European country without you having their nationality or they give you permission to stay there. Those Nigerians, I have nothing against them. They're our brothers. But I'm just telling you how La Republique cannot control their borders. Those Nigerians living in Bakassi, they have right. La Republique have to protect their indigenous right, the land that they own. So you call yourself a Nigeria, but Southern Cameroon, the land belongs to you. That's why when people come and say, oh, Kamto gave us Bakassi, please go and read that thing. It's a mess. What they did in the Green Tree Agreement is because they gave part of our land to Nigeria, because about 70% of the people living in Bakassi are Nigeria. So when there's election, who are the people who vote? So that's the destruction that Maurice Kamto and President Paul Biya of La Republique, they have done to Bakassi. We'll take back our land. We'll welcome our Nigerian brothers. If they want to live there, either they naturalize and become people of the Cameroons, or we give them leave to stay there as foreigners. They will make that choice when the time comes. We have no problem. They are our brothers. We love them. But either they take the Cameroons, British Cameroon nationality, or we give them the right of stay in America, what they call green card. We give it to them. They stay there. But they have to choose. It's very important, ladies and gentlemen. La Republique cannot control its borders. They have to maintain a military. That's a sovereign state. So I say we should fight for our sovereignty before we start talking about election. We should. It's very important. La Republique du Cameroun should fight for its sovereignty. British Cameroon should fight for its sovereignty. La Republique du Cameroun should fight for its independence. British Cameroon should fight for its independence. We are not independent. It's a fact. We have joint sovereignty with other CEMAC countries. They have common decision. There are certain decisions that Paul Biya of La Republique du Cameroun cannot make. They have to consult France and all the CEMAC countries. That's joint sovereignty. So we are not sovereign. When people come and say we protect territorial integrity, our sovereignty, I look at those people, some of them, they lecture in the university. I say, my God, I study. I'm a very educated person, but when I see some people, they say they go to school, I don't care about those schools in the classroom. I want to see that education that you think outside the box. A sovereign country needs to maintain a military to defend the territory and the interests. But the military in Cameroon, they torture people. I don't need to, I can give you so many examples. I keep on calling Longe because it's a famous musician. Other people have been tortured. When we're in Wakele, they torture a lot of our people, us. They tortured us when we're in Wakele. They torture a lot of people, rape children, underage, all those things. They use their military to oppress the people. A military is to fight for the interests of the country. You see La Republique military, I saw some pictures going around. You see, it's the French. France, they control them. They teach them. They lecture them. The French, ambassador in the Cameroons, he's the head of the military in the Cameroons. He controls, he teach them. These people cannot go to school and learn. Even how to make nuclear weapons, to do their own things to protect their country. Our streets are dirty. Most of those military people, what are they doing? They receive salary, they don't have any job. They should take them and kick his side come out. They should clean the street, the military. In the Western world, in time of Olympics, in the United Kingdom, they call the military to help in the Olympics, to do things. Military, most of them, they are there, they don't do anything. They are not fighting war. So why are they not cleaning the street? They are being paid taxpayers' money. So ladies and gentlemen, these things are very important. I will read something for you which is very important before I end this party political broadcast. It's very, very important. I want to read it because it's important. Article 65 of the Constitution of La Republique du Cameroun makes it clear that the preamble of the Constitution is part and parcel of the Constitution. That's what Article 65 says. And if you go to the preamble, you have La Republique du Cameroun is a signatory of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. La Republique du Cameroun is a signatory of the Charter of the United Nations that talks about the right of self-determination. La Republique du Cameroun is a signatory of African human and people's rights. All those things are part of the Constitution. So today I want to read you Article 19 to 20 of African peoples, the Charter of African Peoples and Human Rights. Let me read it. The Charter, what the Charter of African Human and People's Rights says. It's very important. I want to read it. It is the law of the Cameroons. The government of La Republique du Cameroun, they don't follow their law. I want what I'm reading today, it should reach Mr. Pobia, it should reach Ngongo, it should reach Ayolo, it should reach Grigwa Oona, it should reach Slave Boy Atanganji, it should reach all these dull professors who are teaching in the university in the Cameroon, the dull ones. Tell them that British Cameroon National Party is following the law, the right of self-determination. Article 20 of the Charter says this is easy. Colonize, I'm reading it, and oppress people. Colonize and oppress people have the right to free themselves. Have the right to free themselves using internationally recognized means. You can use war. I don't use war. To me, I believe politics is alternative to war. Using any internationally recognized means. I'm using the United Nations Charter, which is part and parcel of the Constitution of La Republique du Cameroun, the right of self-determination to determine your political and economic way of doing things in your life. It's very important. So I'm using the United Nations Charter, which is part and parcel of the Cameroon's constitution. I continue the reading. Then, if the people's right, rather, it gives the people's right to take up arms. That's Cameroon constitution. It gives the people the right to take up arms, to liberate themselves from foreign domination, as long as they abide by international humanitarian standards, such as not attacking civilians. That's why British Cameroon National Party, we don't like to join other people because we follow international humanitarian law, we follow all the laws, we follow La Republique laws, because there is a way to use the laws of Cameroon to attain self-determination. So it says, liberate themselves from foreign domination. Ladies and gentlemen, some people will say, oh, we are not being dominated by foreigners. We are being dominated by France. The cooperation agreement of 1959 says France, they will manufacture the money of La Republique. That's foreign domination. Why should they be manufacturing our money? The cooperation agreement says France shall determine our educational system at all levels. What's that? ENAM is from France. It was created in France in 1945. They are forcing it, especially on us in Anglophones, British Cameroonians. It's not our way of life. ENS was founded in France, is it something around 1793 or so, something around there. Military tribunal around founded in France. Is it somewhere 1794? All those things. These are French things that France signed. That yes, I'm giving you fake window dressing independence, La Republique, but we'll still be dominating you. We'll make your own money. We'll control the socio-political orientation of La Republique. Take note, that was in 1959. British Cameroon was not part of that agreement, but they are forcing it on us now. That's why we won independence. That's why we won our sovereignty by using Article 65 of the Constitution of La République du Cameroun. Then they say you have to use international humanitarian standard. That's why I was the first person who was criticizing when people started kidnapping for ransom. They chop off Sakwe's head in Guzan. They kill Mola Etambi in Bamenda. They kidnap 11 Bakwe chiefs. They kill Mola Banda. They kill Florence Ayafo. I was the first person. Don't mind that people have hijacked my word. I started that thing, that my country people. There was Maître Mola Alex Diveli. The videos are there. I started my country people them. It's me. People were repeno buy and sell them. I used to play La Piro, them Bangas music when I started my country people them. So everything I do, people hijack it because in the Cameroons, people don't read and they don't follow law. Sometimes when you start using something, it becomes my intellectual property. You cannot take it. But because we don't respect laws in the Cameroons. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you that rather than people coming every time, every year, now and again, they come and be telling us that, oh, presidential election, this time is different. What has changed? In 1992, the presidential election was more liberal than in 2025. Each year they have been tightening the law. They said things are different. We are going to replace CNU, rebranded CPDM, but it's not going to be by through the ballot. We are waiting for the election to finish. After the election, the people have a right to take back their country from France and those La République puppet people. We need to take it back. It's very important. The people need to take back control. We need our country back. So I'm telling you, La République du Cameroun is not independent. British Cameroun is not independent. We, the people of La République du Cameroun and the people of British Cameroun, they should fight for their sovereignty. They should stop France. And if you don't want to stop France, it's none of our business. We are out. You cannot be drowning and you want the people of British Cameroons to drown too. What's that got to do with us? You people are the majority, La République du Cameroun. You decided to remain with France. We had our independence, had autonomy in Boya under Prime Minister Dr. Endeli. We asked the British to leave our territory. I just sent the gendarme the following day to annex us. Pa Foncha told me, and it's there on YouTube. I met Pa Foncha, he said it. We want our independence. La République want to remain a province in France. That's their business. But nobody should come and tell me that I shouldn't talk about our sovereignty. I'm using the laws of La République du Cameroun, Article 65. Go and read it. Most people don't read in the Cameroons. You come and insult somebody that the laws of the Cameroon say you have right of self-determination. You can decide. That right of self-determination could mean that the people of British Cameroon want to remain with La République du Cameroun. That right of self-determination could mean that the people of British Cameroon wants to leave La République du Cameroun and gain independence. It is a constitutional right. British Cameroonian can say we want to stay with La République, just as the Pamuna, the Pa Foncha, they decided to stay with them. Today again too, like the Scottish people too who say they want to leave United Kingdom, they gave them a referendum. Majority say they still want to remain with United Kingdom. But my brothers and sisters, British Cameroun National Party have got a modus operandi, a peaceful way on how to achieve this. We follow the footsteps of Scotland, Catalonia, Northern Ireland, small catchy monkey. Yes, if you give a referendum today, I'm sure 99% of British Cameroon will say they want to leave. But you don't have that mandate. Most of the members of parliament in British Cameroon are chop people their money, CNU. We must be getting ready to stand for local election and take those seats. It's not going to happen in under 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 3 years. It might take even 20 years, but that's how you do it. When you say you want self-determination, you stand for election, the people vote for you. It means they have given you the mandate. Whether they have decentralization or federal, that's their problem. You keep on taking the seat. And when you have majority, you say, we need that referendum now. And we need to put ourselves in a position of power where we govern. I keep on saying, if France and La Republique says today, okay, this is British Cameroon, take it, we have given it to you, what will happen? We'll start fighting ourselves. So we have to start planting our roots. Whether they have regional assembly like in Scotland, you take the members of parliament. We take all those seats and start governing even their regional assembly. We start taking it, we enter there. I know some people, they are scared, they will not come there. They will say, oh, how can you win seats in Northwest and Southwest British Cameroon? Bello Buba won it, SDF won it, Molanjo won it, CPDM won it. Parliamentary election is different from presidential election. You will never win that one. So if we mobilize and ready to defend our parliamentary seat, if they make that vote, we'll sleep there until they count it. That's our modus operandi. Politics is alternative to war. We cannot stand and be preaching. La Republique will never negotiate with us. They have been killing people in Palestinian for more than 50 years. International community will not help you because they are benefiting from those things. They have been killing people all over the world. These people don't care so far as it's benefiting them. So when I hear some of you, international community, I just laugh. They will never help you. You can only help yourself. What the Irish people did in Ireland. Take the seats. We want quick fix. ANC was created in 1912. It took them up to 1994 to be in power. Scottish National Party was created in, 1934. It took them maybe 20-something to be in power. And they are still fighting for their independence. Take note. If you're fighting for your sovereignty, independence, people must leave. People need life, people need electricity, people need water, people need peace. And I was talking about Article 65, which says that people can use arms or whatsoever to fight. That's Cameroon law, Cameroon constitution. But they say you should not attack civilians. So my problem with some of you, I do my things legally. I'm not scared to enter the Cameroons anytime. If I go to the Cameroons, they arrest me, they will tell me what I've done. I will say, this is the law. I'm a leader of a political party. My party stands for self-determination. And it's a recognized party. So what do you want? So sometimes, before we do something, we should think, we should read. We should not use knee-jerk reaction. A lot of people have lost their life. You say, oh, this have changed. To me, nothing have changed. Our people are suffering. If I'm fighting for the people, I have to make sure that what I'm doing benefits the people. I cannot be making the people to suffer. People cannot walk at night. People cannot enjoy themselves. They should enjoy themselves while we fight for self-determination. And we can use legal means. Only Article 65 of the Constitution of La Republique du Cameroun suffice. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndive Lisingue. Have a wonderful day.
Monsieur le Président, un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Monsieur le